Okay, Ellie, we're here. What are you thinking?
I'm
Anything
excited.
you wanna
I think.
get out before we get in there?
I don't know. Look at all the papers we had to fill out.
Yeah, there's like 30 pages right there that we had to fill out before we got in there. All the information that they need from previous doctors. Pretty exciting. Let's go do it.
We'll go. See if we can get a baby on the way.
All right. This room was full a minute ago, and we're the only ones here now, watching Winnie the Pooh. Kind of excited, huh?
Yep.
Here we go.
Normally what happens when you have a regular ovulatory cycle is you have a little pulse that comes from your brain of a hormone that's called FSH, or follicle stimulating hormone.
Mm-hmm.
So what that does is that basically jumpstarts your ovary every month. And so your ovary responds by creating actually not just one egg, but a whole little batch of eggs will start to grow.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of those eggs will beat the rest of the pack, and that will be the one egg that you end up ovulating. And the rest of those little eggs that started to grow inside your ovary will just kind of die off for that month. So that's what's supposed to happen. And I think it sounds like, based on what you've told me, that you are doing that to some degree, but there may be something that's kind of blocking that. And we always like to kind of rule out big bad things like a thyroid problem or a problem with prolactin, and it looks like your OB actually did a pretty good job of making sure that that was not the case. So the other thing that is probably the very most common reason that women don't ovulate quite as regularly as they should is something called Polycystic Ovary syndrome.
Yeah.
And has anybody ever told you that you have that? Not really. So
I've heard of it, but
you've heard of it before. So it may be the case that you have this.
Okay, Ellie, you just met with the doctor, and we got some pretty good information. What do you think about it?
I'm very excited.
What did they tell you?
Next month we'll be doing insemination with some more medication.
Femora, is that what they said it was called?
Femora.
Yeah, Femora, yeah.
So I'm very excited, and
Things are kind of moving a lot quicker, huh?
yes.
So we're getting the ultrasound done, and we're getting blood work done today. So yeah, moving faster here, definitely. What do we have here? Oh, looks comfortable. You have your pants off. What are you thinking?
Getting an ultrasound.
What's your ovary here?
Okay.
That little round
Oh, this is my ovary?
Uh-huh, yeah. So going from up there.
So that's where the egg should be?
Yeah.
Is there
Where
any
the eggs
eggs
are.
in there?
Yeah, I can see them.
Where?
Right here, see that black thing
Yeah.
right there? So that may be where you are cycle day what today?
It's starting from the day of my cycle, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, like 16 days.
Okay.
If
cycle
you
day
start from
16.
the first day of my period.
Okay, so I mean it looks like you do actually have a follicle growing,
Yeah.
which means a bigger egg than the rest of them, because you can see that inside the ovary, and then you can see other little tiny, like littler black dots, kind of looks like chocolate chips inside a chocolate chip cookie.
Yeah.
See how that one's bigger?
Yeah.
So that's probably.
So what was that big one? Was that
That's
an egg?
probably the egg that's going to ovulate this month.
So it hasn't gone down
It
yet.
hasn't gone down yet, but it looks
So
like
I still
you
have a chance to get pregnant.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then this is your other ovary. But it's probably going to be a little while because it still looks like it's going to be like several more days before you ovulate. So it kind of makes sense.
That's weird because she just had a positive
even if I
ovulation
got a
test on Sunday.
It could be just sometime in the week.
You know, women that have, if you have polycystic ovary syndrome, which I'm kind of suspicious that you do, that can sometimes lead to false positives on the ovulation Banter
Oh my
kits.
hell.
So I'm a little bit concerned that maybe sometimes when you are detecting those positives, that you may not truly be ovulating.
Well, that's what I talked to my other doctor about. I said even though I'm getting an ovulation test, how do you know I'm ovulating? She said, well, it's a positive. I said, well, you get positive pregnancy tests all the time. You don't know. Oh my gosh.
It's true because
so I still have a good strong egg there.
You do, yeah.
Okay, well I guess we'll get on it.
And you have, see, this ovary you can see a little bit better. This is your left ovary. See all those little black spots?
Yeah.
You can see them a little easier on the side.
So there's eggs over there?
Yeah, there's eggs on this one too. Lots of them. So I can see this.
So I
ovary
do
a little
have
bit
good
better.
eggs.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
All of these little black spots, they're actually all kind of running together on the periphery of the ovary.
Yeah.
That is the very classic polycystic ovary. So it kind of does to me look like you have the polycystic ovary syndrome.
Okay, so say what you said again. I wasn't listening.
That's okay. See all these little black spots?
Yes.
Those are all the little follicles, and they're all kind of lined up on the periphery of the ovary. Can you kind of see that?
Yes.
It's on the edge of the ovary, like we call it a string of pearls around the edge. And that's kind of a classic polycystic ovary, meaning that you have all these tiny little follicles on the periphery, and they get to a certain point in development, and they have a hard time ovulating.
You will have to educate me more on it, because what I've read and what I think it is there are cysts that are in your ovaries.
Well, those are the little follicles we're seeing.
So follicles are...
They're the same thing, but cyst makes it sound much worse because cyst sounds pathologic.
Yeah.
But cysts are just little healthy eggs that are getting to a certain stage in development, and then they're not ovulating.
Okay.
So really, even though cyst sounds bad, it's
Yeah.
okay, because the fact that you have so many of those little quote-unquote cysts, which we don't like to call cysts, we like
Yeah.
to call them follicles because they're really healthy eggs.
So
That's
so
okay.
what polycystic ovarian is there's actually eggs.
Lots and lots of eggs in your ovaries that are just sitting there waiting to ovulate, and they get to a certain point in development and they cannot get out.
And why
And
can't they get out?
That's part of the whole pathology of
Mhm.
women that have PCOS. They have those slightly higher levels of testosterone that kind of block that normal ovulatory process. So, but I still think that you may be still ovulating here and there. You know, and some women that have PCOS still ovulate, they just don't ovulate like that on the clock. So it
Do
kind
you
of...
understand that so you can
Yep.
explain to mom?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Does that make sense at all?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
No, yeah.
basically it's just an endocrine, I mean, you can think of it as a hormone imbalance, that
Yes.
it's just sort of affecting your ability to recruit an egg at the right time in the month.
So most likely the reason why we haven't gotten pregnant is there's a hormonal imbalance and I have more follicles than normal.
You have more follicles than normal. So from a fertility standpoint, it's actually a good thing.
Okay.
Because it means you've got lots of eggs, so you will get there.
Yeah.
We just kind of need to do a little more monitoring to make
Okay.
sure that you are truly ovulating when we think you are, because sometimes in women that have PCOS, because of that hormone imbalance, those ovulation predictor kits just don't work as well.
Yeah.
So
I am so excited.
we're going to get you there.
Yes.
This is more information that we've had in 2 years, so it's like, it's really encouraging.
I'm like really excited. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Like if I could have had this explained to me a year ago, I would have.
It's okay, you're here now. You're young,
Okay.
you have lots of
I am.
eggs.
I'm
We're
very
going to get you there. So I think you just need to do a little more monitoring. We're going to switch you to the Femera,
Okay.
and then we're going to add the insemination.
Okay.
And then we can get your blood drawn and
Okay.
everything today to get everything started.
Okay.
And I'll keep my fingers crossed for you for
Thanks.
this month, even just in case. You never know.
I'm so excited.
This is encouraging, isn't it? It's great. I'm excited too, Ellie.
Okay.
This is going to be great. It's going to be really good. What we heard
We have some
today.
answers.
Yeah. More answers in 1 day
Yeah.
than two
Than in 2 years.
Than in 2 years. So this is great.
Okay.
Love you.
Let's go.
Put on your pants.
Which arm? Oh, which arm? I'm probably this arm. I do hair. I'm thinking of.
Whatever one's
today.
you're gonna move last probably.
Oh, shit, I hate this.
You're gonna do just fine. Here we go.
I hate it more than anything in the world. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't be such a.
It's fine.
I mean, it's just a shot. It's just a little prick.
I'm used to it.
Have you ever had anyone pass out?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pump a little bit.
Just.
I'm bleeding. Just one for me?
Just one.
Because I have good blood. They only need one vial.
We don't need to know much about you.
You're not that important. You don't mean that much to us.